night, Carlos and Jay, alright. Talking love so bright under the studio lights. Dating tips galore, they're never a bore. Laughing till we're sore, tuning in for more. Love in black and white, they keep it loose and tight. Putting love back in sight with every funny bite. Relationships they break, from real to all that's fake. These guys never flake, always make you stay awake. Love in black and white, Carlos J take flight. Keep your love in mind so right, every single night. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try and put the love back in you right. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish Jay Hollinger. As usual, we have the Coco co-host, the Black de Bergerac, part-time famous, full-time funny Carlos Anthony.
We are in the building. Yes, you got to throw it up.
Fucking thing. Carlos is back. He was all over the country.
Man,
he was in Atlanta, Arkansas.
Yeah, and we're back, man. This feels good to be back. I told you it's been a long 9.5 days, man, but it's all been good. Got to celebrate my oldest graduating from high school, so congratulations to CJ. And he graduated with honors, and so I'm very pleased with that and his accomplishments. Now it's on to the next milestone to accomplish, and then after that, headed off to Arkansas for a little while to spend some time with my dad, who had knee surgery, who is also recovering and doing well. He was sent home today, so shout out to my pops as well for the progress.
And I got to say hello to your mom on FaceTime.
Yes, you did.
Right after I announced to you over speaker that I had just taken mushrooms.
Right. And you better be, I don't think she heard you because it was kind of loud and there was a whole fucking party going on next to us at the table next to us. So I think you got away with it.
I'm like, I'm on drugs. You're like, I'm eating with my mother. And I'm like, oh my God.
That is how that happened.
I always go into like, I call it grandparents or grandparents mode, where like, yes, ma'am, no swearing, all that, you know? So I was just like, nice to meet you, Mrs. Simmons.
Right. Yeah, man. But they know I cuss now for sure. So I cuss around them now, which is great. As you know, you couldn't do it as a kid. And I pick and choose.
I know you're finally at 70. You can swear in front of them,
right? And like I said, you heard the part. I pick and choose my battles of when to do it. So I do it when it makes sense around them.
And you heard what I said, that you're now at 70 and you feel like you can.
Well, I mean, you just turned.
Hold on, you're cutting out. Hold on. I got some stuff.
No, we're going to address this.
I got some stuff. I got to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to acknowledge that Jay just turned 58 on Monday.
58.
So he is 2 steps away from the big 6-0.
You're going to tell people this and they're going to believe that.
I don't know why they would.
Next, you're gonna be like, he was born in 58. I mean, it's not too far off. I'm fucking 54. It's crazy. It makes no fucking sense.
Time flies, my brother. Time flies. If I didn't learn anything over the past 9 days, well, I knew this going into the past week, man. You just look up, man. You forget sometimes how fast time really goes. If you look at like I said, my kids, man, they are. Feels like it was just yesterday that they was babies, and now they're damn near grown men. And then you look at my dad, and I was like, man, he's 78 years old, man. I remember, now he's obviously will be full of returning back to full capacity at his age, but still he's aged. So that's life. But so, and we right smack in the middle. Well, you're a little bit older, so you right smack in the.
It's so crazy you say that. Like, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or saying to you, I think I might have, it was when I was talking to you on the phone, but there was like my dad always was like this larger than life guy to me, even though I was tall, but he was a big barrel chested dude. He played pro football. He was, he in college, he played every sport, and then he was a longshoreman. So he was like a big dude, and I always viewed him that way. And then I remember, God, this is now probably 15, 20 years ago. There at some point I was seeing him in Oregon. I was at his place in Oregon. I was saying goodbye. I went to give him a hug. And as I was hugging him, I could feel like ribs. And I was like, oh fuck, he's becoming an old man.
It happens,
I can fuck him up now.
Right. You can finally win. You can finally win.
Yeah. No, it was just I was like, whoa, it tripped me out. I was like, holy shit, he's becoming a frail old man, but
it happens.
Such is life. Such c'est la vie, as they say.
And it's still all in love, man. This is we talk about love in black and white, and this is all love. And the love doesn't always have to be a man and a woman in relationships. It's about the family dynamics of life. See how we brought that together?
Yeah.
Segment right there. You didn't even know it's gonna happen like that, but here.
I mean, sometimes it's about what you want or what you need. Which one?
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And I'm starting to truly believe that I am so cool with just having my boys and my family and my friends like you. I'm good. I don't know, man. This shit is getting real crazy out here,
dude. So it's funny you say that because and it's all that is when they say it happens is like when you're not looking or you're not expecting it. And that's kind of, I mean, I was on dating apps, so obviously I was out there, but I even when I was on the dating apps, I always kind of was just like, go with the flow. Let's see what happens, whoever it was. And then Angel came along and fucking, I was like, oh shit, this is it. So yeah, it's I totally get that where you're like, I mean, you think about everything, you're like, I'm happy. Like you said, I got friends, family. I'm fucking good.
Career is good. I mean, it's that thing I sent you this morning too. It's.
I haven't watched it yet. I was gonna say that too. I have it saved to watch it because I want to like give it my undivided. Earlier this morning, I was like, all over the place.
Yeah, to kind of give you the Cliff Notes verse, because I'm not gonna spoil it, because it's. I mean, it really speaks to where you are presently in life and how you move is and your energy around that is what you attract. So if you are constantly talking about it, and I'll use it from a relationship standpoint, and since this is the love in black and white, is if you are saying, hey, I want this fantastic relationship, and this is what I want, and this is what I need in my life, but yet you're like, I'm never gonna, man, it ain't gonna never happen. I'm never gonna happen. Your subconscious is what it's really building off of. It's the fact that you're constantly telling yourself it's not going to happen. So the shit that you're putting out there is what you're it's not even what you're saying, it's what you are. It's like that you're living in a negative mindset, even though you're speaking this positive thing that you want in your life. So it's a very interesting way of looking at things. So definitely check it out, because it kind of turned another signal for me on today. I was like, okay,
interesting. Yeah. Carlos always I get like Cliff Notes versions of because Carlos reads, I don't read, and he does a lot of self-help stuff, and so he'll, like, if he finds something good, he'll send me, and then I send to him like mongoloids. Or send them TikToks of like mutants. Or can we say mongoloids anymore, or is that no?
Man, we can say whatever we want to say. You just got to be prepared for the
I don't know. Actually, I'm going to Google it, and then if it's we just want to say here at Love in Black and White, we're not. Well, I'm not.
Right.
I'm asking right now. Uh, uh, no, the term is not okay and is considered highly offensive. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, I just want to say here, apologize. I didn't know that.
Right.
We'll just say
man.
mutant.
If you are offended by that, you probably need to go get your life together. Man, stop being offended about everything, people. Everything
Is
is
it?
not.
I wonder if is it because it's like a reference to Mongolian or derogatory use for Down syndrome. That's not how I was using it. Racist origins was historically used as term in now discredited racial classifications, grouping people based on perceived physical characteristics associated with East Asia. Okay. Outdated, interactive, harmful stereotype. Okay. So,
What up, Victoria?
What up, Victoria? We switch sides. Oh, okay. Boom. How about that? Boom.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah. Let's get to these topics. Good to see you, Victoria. I added one in here too. But I saw your thing in here. Okay, in the early stages, what's the most important part of dating to you? That's a good one. Do you know yours so
Absolutely.
that you can go? Okay, you go. So
I want you to go first because I wrote it.
Well, I got to think about it for a second. I'm trying to think what when I'm first dating someone. What would I say is important to me? Flexible. I'd say probably flexible in all aspects of that word. Like they got to be flexible with my schedule because like we get shit last minute. They got to be flexible with plans. Like if we plan to go somewhere and we get there and it's sold out, how do you react to that? Are you like, I can't believe you didn't buy tickets and got me out here, or are you just like, okay, cool, what else are we going to do? Like I guess just be flexible, which encompasses like being easy to be around and going with the flow and all that. So I'd say flexible.
Okay. Mine is very simple. You've heard this word many, many, many times from me. It's community.
Swallow. Sorry,
my mother's here, man.
Oh, what? What?
Hey, Mom.
I know. Hey, Mom.
No, communication. I mean, communicate. If you can't do that, then that is a hard no-go, especially in the beginning, because I'm starting to see patterns of certain people that I've talked to that they'll talk to you for a little bit and they'll drop off for weeks on end, or they'll pop up on your social media, but they don't communicate with you directly like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work. I'm trying not to be super picky about it, but I'm also like, that just doesn't make sense to me that you can't communicate any other time other than 2 or 3 days later or a week later, and think that we're going to build something off not communicating. So if you can't do that,
now, okay,
that's a hard no-go for me.
I'm going to see if there maybe is an asterisk. Flexible in case your legs don't work. Oh, she's talking about when I get high. Yeah. Okay, what if they are good at communicating, but they only like communicating by talking on the phone?
I'm not a big phone person, so
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
But then they need to communicate that. It's saying, hey, listen, if I don't want to talk, I want to talk. I'd rather talk, and then I can accommodate again. That, and then it kicks back to me as to how much I'm into you, that I'm willing to make that. It's a sacrifice because I don't like talking on the phone like that.
Funny. You're like, I need somebody that communicates. Okay, cool. What if they only like to communicate by talking? Well, I mean, I can see about making that sacrifice.
I mean, but that's again, I think that boils down to if I'm really into you like that as well. But that's also a very you bring up an excellent point, because then that shows how much are you really into somebody.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're telling me the only way you want to communicate with me is via telephone and we have to talk on the phone, and I'm like, man, I'm a texter, then I'm not willing to make a sacrifice to accommodate you, even if it's on I'll talk to you a little bit more than I typically would. Then yeah, if I can't do that, then that's a hard no-go. It should be a hard no-go for her.
Like, it'd be so funny if you were like, you just start dating, you're like, just so you know, I'm really about communicating. It's all about that. And then she keeps calling you and you're like, hey, can we just text me? Like, but I thought you wanted to communicate. Well, I mean, I like, like interaction, texting, like communicating. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you got some decisions to make then, but I think that boils down to how much you are willing to. It's a give and take. I mean, this is especially in the early stage. Well, in all stages, all of it's a give and take in a relationship. But in the beginning stages, if you're really trying to get to know somebody, then you're going to have to sacrifice a few things that you typically probably wouldn't do or don't like doing in order to find out who they really are, and vice versa. So, I mean, yeah, we can talk on the phone. I'm not gonna be on there for 2 or 3 hours. I know that.
So
but shoot, I give you an hour of my time to to talk.
Dude, it reminds me of when I lived with my dad. I think I was like a senior in high school, and I'd live with my dad during the week, and then on the weekends I'd be over at Mark G's on the weekends with Mark and Matt. But I was actually engaged to her way back when. Nicolasa Bonifacio, my
I remember his name.
Ex-Panay, Victoria Panay. But we were talking on the phone, and this is landlines, right? So we had been talking on the phone probably, I don't know, let's say 2 hours. I don't know if it was that long. My dad just was so annoyed that we were just nonstop talking that he finally just opens up my door and he goes, Jesus Christ, fucking wrap it up. Get it handled. What the fuck? I go, you got to use the phone?
And how old were you then?
I was like a senior in high school.
Oh, okay. Well, see, yeah. I mean, but those were the days back when we just sat on the phone. I mean, you literally sat on the phone. You weren't even talking about nothing.
And I'm like, oh, did you need to use the phone? He's like, no, just fucking get it handled. Fucking wrap it up. Jesus Christ.
Your dad was like, are you going to hit or what?
That's so funny. Shitter, get off the pot. Right. Fucking make your plans. Get it handled.
Yeah,
so
I mean that's back in the day, man, when people used to do that and they sit on the phone. And that's shit. I mean, when you meet somebody, then you may do that because that's part of dating, and you like it, and it's the nostalgia of hearing from your boo. So I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. But I don't know. Right now, I'm like, I don't really want to be on the phone for hours on end talking about nothing. I got shit to do.
Nothing. Reminds me of that Patrice joke. No means no, bitch. I gotta go.
I got shit.
Victoria said, how true do you believe the statement, quote, if the other person cares, they will make the time? How true do you believe that statement is? I mean, yeah, but also you got to think, I mean, there's a lot of things that can go into that. Maybe they're making time, but the only time that they have available is, 2 a.m., because maybe they have weird work hours or, but that doesn't work for you. So then is it back on you that, you're not making time for 2 a.m. because that's what my schedule is. I'm giving obviously an extreme, but I would, do I believe that statement? How true do I believe that statement? If the other person cares, they will make the time. I would say I would say they will make an effort rather than just time, because it's like, I don't know what their situation is.
I'm gonna go against you on this one, honestly. Ooh. I believe it 100%. And it's not even the amount of time. It is the effort. But I think it is that you're taking the initiative to make time, even if that's 1 minute, 2 minutes, to say, hey, listen, either text, hey, just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. Hope all is going well. I'm in the midst of doing this and this and this, so I haven't forgotten about you. But I just wanted to let you know that you were being thought of. It doesn't take much. And I think that's what people start overthinking, the communication part of this and trying to make it a situation instead of just being very, very general about it. Like, shit, just give me some effort. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. Something like that. Like a quick text during the day, like, hey, I'm busy, but I wanted to say, hope you're
Absolutely.
Putting that effort in. Because they're not making time to meet you. They're just fucking sending you a text.
Because I mean, if let's say you do, but first of all, I would expect somebody to communicate that. All the shit boils around communication.
Communication,
If
yeah.
you have a schedule where you work, because I've dated nurses before, and their schedules are extremely hectic. They're doing 12-hour shifts, so you can't talk all the time. But if you make an effort to say, "Hey, listen, I have to work this 12-hour shift, so I may not be able to get to you," and you shoot me a text during your break saying, "Hey, just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. It's been a busy day, blah blah blah. Hope all is well." I'm cool. I'm
Yeah.
definitely cool with that. But
Yeah.
if I don't hear from you for 2 or 3 days, and you think we're gonna pick back up where we left off 3 days ago, shit, I told you on a 72-hour clock, baby.
And it's a running clock. It's always going. It's always
So you didn't-
72
yeah.
from the
You
last
done
time
missed
we
the
talked.
window. Now I'm gone. I'm on to some other shit now. I'm on to trying to figure out what else is going on in this world right now.
So
I too have a hectic schedule.
like a blackjack dealer. I'm out.
That's right. That's it. You because you showed me your hand. I don't and you. I'm gonna let you get away with it once. You do
Oh.
it to me twice. Oh yeah, yeah. Sayonara. It's been nice talking to you.
Konnichiwa. Adios.
Right.
Let me see. That was a good one. That was a good one there. Oh shit, that's I just hit the wrong screen. What's your the worst breakup you've ever had? You start this one, and because I got to think.
And it's interesting. I put that, and I was like, I don't think I've ever had a worst breakup. Like nothing traumatic happened that made it be like, fuck, man. But I've had one where I was kind of like, yeah, I probably could have worked around that. And I was like, I was dating it's a great woman in Nashville, Tennessee. Super cool. It just for some reason I was holding back a lot. And I was like, it's come to find out this girl wanted everything that I wanted, but I never communicated what I wanted. But by that time, I was over and done with it because she wound up cheating on me. And so I was like, yeah, I'm out. But then she came back around and she was very apologetic, and we were mad cool. But I was just like, nah, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to do it. To the point that she came out to visit me one time, and I made her sleep on the couch. I made her sleep on the couch, and then the next day I faked like I had to go to work, just so she could get the hell out the house. And then I doubled back around and came back home. And I felt bad about it. To this day, I was like, I could have done better with that. Yeah, that was one that just kind of stuck in the back of my mind. So if I have to say worst breakup, that was probably the worst, but I was the one that was the worst with it.
Okay. Like the only thing I can think of, and I don't know if you call it a breakup because we weren't really an item, but I mean, it was drama. So anybody that for the most part, anybody that I dated, I'm still cool with. But this one girl, she, and it's crazy because this guy I wrote with on the game show Funny You Should Ask, he went to high school with her, and he had told me she was crazy. But anyways, me and this girl, we had gone on a couple of dates. We had at one point we hooked up, and we're still in that, like I guess the early stages of whatever we were, right? But we had sex, whatever. And I was doing the Hollingsworthless Halloween podcast, and we were at the Queen Mary, and we were live streaming. It was me, Mike Coletta, Kane Holloway, and Sean McCann, and so I'm using my phone, and she keeps like texting me, and she's hammered, and that's one thing I don't do good with is people that can't handle their alcohol, because my pops was an alcoholic. I mean, he was a happy drunk, but he would drink a lot. Anyways, and new to streaming, or what the fuck is this, Carlos? New to streaming, looking to level up. Fucking Carlos running ads for StreamYard. Anyways, so I kept telling her, I was like, hey, I'll call you when we're done, but you can't keep texting me or whatever. So then she starts calling me, and I'm like, yo, I just said, quit calling, like don't. So then I had to just block her so that she would, and then she like the next day she was like, oh, don't ever do Red Bull with something else, and she was like all this stuff, and I was like, I'm cool, because I was so pissed. And then it like just kept getting extreme. She was saying all this wild shit, and it got to the point where I was like, this is the last time I'm going to communicate with with you. If you contact me again, I'm going to call the police.
Oh shit! You didn't elevate it to the cops?
Yeah, because she was fucking being crazy. So that was I don't even remember the chick's name, but I did save the text messages, the shit that she had wrote, because I was like, if I need this in court, I have them somewhere in my fucking Google Drive from way back when. But that was probably the worst breakup, if you want to call it, even though I wouldn't say we were boyfriend girlfriend ever.
Well, I mean, that's pretty bad. You got to get to the cops.
Fuck, man.
Although I did get a girl arrested though with that.
Wait, okay, let's do this.
I didn't get we weren't even dating. We was hanging out at the club. I think I've told this story on stage. I need to bring it back. But she got hammered. And she was like, I'm going back to your place. And I was like, no, you're not. And so I got in my car and I started driving. She was right behind me. No, she was in front of me. And so she busted an illegal U-turn, and it was a police officer sitting right there, and he pulled her over, and
Mimi, bye.
All right. Then she called me like 3 days later. She was like, man, I went to jail. I was like, you did? So
and then you were like, I just want you to know, I really thought we had something, but you've been in jail 3 days. It's been 72 hours.
Right, there you go.
So Vegas, I'm out. Dealer's out.
I'm out. Thank you for the out, baby.
That's so funny. I can just wash my hands of it. Okay. Now, I don't know if we've ever done this or told these on this. Have we ever talked about our not with each other, obviously, our first times having sex?
No.
Mine's fucking wild. So, well, I mean, it was just okay. So I'll tell mine, then you can tell yours. So, I was 16. She was 21 or 22.
Sweet Jesus.
And I had met her now. And also, let me say this: like, that like when you're in middle school, high school. There's some people that even in middle school they had like pretend boyfriend, girlfriend, or maybe they're kissing or whatever, and they eventually they are banging in high school. I was the guy that I collected comics. I was always doing sports, so I was never really fucking around with girls until like late in high school. So basically, I was 16 and I had gone to a nightclub that was 18 and older. Victoria said, Jay, I think that's illegal.
I guarantee it's illegal, but we're going for the statute of limitations. We're gonna let this one ride.
Well, I'm not pressing charges. Okay. So
were you the French president?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So I had met her in this is when I was living in Oregon, and I'd gone to it was some nightclub that was 18 and over, and I was so tall at 16, I got in, and then I met with this chick. I didn't have a car at the time, didn't have a driver's license. We exchanged numbers or whatever. We probably made out that night. I don't know. The next day, she comes, picks me up, or whenever it was. I don't know if it was the next day, but at some point after that, she drove. She came, picked me up
after her job.
Yeah. Dropped her kids off.
Right, exactly.
And saw this other kid. But I think we went back to I think I met her parents or something. I don't know. We went somewhere. I don't know. I remember her picking me up and we went somewhere that I think maybe we met her parents or I met her parents. But the next thing I know, all I know is we eventually go back to my dad's place. I was going to say my place, but the apartment that I lived in with my pops. And I said all that shit before about never fucking around with girls when I was younger because I'm a 16-year-old with a 21-year-old woman, and I don't know anything. And I'm now about to have sex with this chick, right? So It was like I was so naive that in my like I'd seen movies where they'll have like sex scenes, but I thought like somehow I just ended up inside of her. I didn't know that my dick had to be inserted inside this woman. So she's on top of me, I remember, and again, because I'm just like a fucking right. And we had like, I think we had Jodeci playing on the fucking radio or whatever on the 8-track.
Right, that your facial expressions, Victoria, in mine right now. I'd like go, please go over this. Yes.
So she fucking at one point she literally says, "Hey, why don't we try to get a little rhythm going?" Because I was probably just like, "What the fuck is happening?" I don't know anything.
You damn Jackrabbit.
Yes, J Rabbit. And then I remember, so I came or whatever. And I remember immediately, like right after I came, for some reason at that time, I had like this wave of like shame. Like I felt ashamed. It was weird. I don't know if it was, I don't know. But then like 5 minutes after that, then I was like, well, let's go again. And yeah, that was my first time was fucking wild.
I can't top that.
Oh, shit.
I ain't got that. My first time was actually in college. Yeah, it was in college, and that young lady took advantage of me. Yeah, she showed me the business. I was like, yeah, okay. All right.
How old were you? Like 18, 19?
Had to be 18. 17, 18. Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood. But yeah, she I mean, it wasn't even much to it. I knew mentally I knew what to do, but I was like, hey, but I'm gonna let you. I just got to set back. She was like, don't worry about it. I got this. I was like, hey man, do what you do. Do what you do.
It reminds me of the Ace Ventura when he's holding on. He's like,
that's pretty much how it was. Yeah. I was like, I see you've done this a time or two. So that was pretty much it. And I was like, okay. And then we dated for a while, and then life moves on.
Yeah, it was fucking. And then I remember, I think one of the homies fucking got with her, and I don't think he knew that I had been with her. And yeah, fuck, I don't know. I remember I don't know why this popped in my head. My dad was telling me one point the story about that he'd gotten a prostitute in Oregon. Yeah, my dad fucking R.I.P. Pop. So he'd gotten a prostitute, I think, when he was in college or whatever. So, and my dad was, not that he was famous, but he was like a 3-star athlete or a 3-sport athlete, he like, and like pretty in the papers all the time for basketball, baseball, football. So he boned this prostitute, whatever. Then he was at a car wash, like where everybody's at the car wash. And here she comes walking down. Oh, Hollingsworth! And my dad said he was just like, Jesus Christ.
He told her his name.
Well, I think she probably like I said, my pops was pretty fucking,
he was out there like that.
Yeah, back in the day, and I think this was in college, and he was pretty well known in college. Yeah, Hollingsworth, and I mean, and I'm sure she was wearing just the full prostitute costume, like fucking thigh highs and all that. So Jay's first likes the youngins. Well, she did. Yeah, I don't know if she knew how old I was. She probably assumed I was at least 18.
Parents. I would strongly assume that she thought you were older, because how do you even explain that? Hey, mom and dad, I picked up this kid. So, I don't know. He's a little tall for his age. Boy, look young, don't he?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. But yeah, man, hey, the times we live. I never, which is crazy for me. I've never had a whore stage. Like I've never just ran through chicks, like ever. I've always said I wanted to. I don't know why. It's just the man thing. But every time I even get up the guts, I'm like, that's just ain't me, man. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
Dude, I remember some fucking crazy stories. I remember, dude. I can't say his full name. His first name was Jason, a buddy of mine, and I remember he lived in Seattle and he had come down to Portland and he was hanging or whatever. We met these two girls in a park, and we're at my dad's apartment. My dad's probably out working, fucking longshoreman, and Jason's in my bedroom with the chick he's with, and I'm in the living room with the chick I'm with, and like we're getting busy in the living room, me and this chick. Again, I'm probably 16, 17 around this time. Or I'm probably like 17, 18.
Out here in these streets rough.
Well, Jacobson comes out of, oh fuck, I just said his last name. Jesus Christ. I know I have to fucking go back in it. Jason comes out of my bedroom and he's like, my nickname that used to be Hopper, like short for grasshopper. Long story. I can tell you about it another time. But anyways, he goes, hey Hopper. He's like, you have any condoms? Or whatever. I was like, yeah, here, like, throw him a condom, whatever. And then he goes into the kitchen and he goes, hey Hopper. And I look and he's like leaning around the fridge so I can see him. And he's got a fucking unopened, like giant kielbasa sausage. And he's going like this, like he's smacking it into his hands. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Takes it into the bedroom. So me and the chick I'm with, I'm like, hold on. What the fuck is happening? And then you just hear, what is that? And then like a crash. And then so he tells me later, like he was going to try and I guess and use it on her. I have no idea. But when she was like, what is that? He fucking threw it against the wall. So you just heard like this fucking wild stories, dude.
Like, what are you going to do with that?
Dude.
That's crazy. What was he going to do with that? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? I remember we used to go up to Vancouver. We had like the whole West Coast. We had a network of like friends and family. So like if you were if you came to Seattle, they could stay with me. Everybody had a place in Seattle. If you were in Oregon, it'd be Matt and Mark's. And then if you were in Canada, it was our friend Shelly. But we were in Canada and what was the story? I was just about to say. I fucking lost the story telling about was it with Jason or oh no, I remember. Okay, so we had a buddy that played a buddy of mine played for Tulane University, basketball player. Mm-hmm. So we're up in Vancouver. I think I'm 21-ish around this time. And we're going to clubs or whatever. And he's my buddy that plays for Tulane. He goes, yeah, we're just going to say that we play in the NBA. And I'm like, what? Because we're both tall as fuck, right? And so I remember we went to one and like we're saying that I'm just going along with it. I'm just like, okay, cool. And then some girl asked for our players card. Mm. And I was like, and I was dumb. I was just like, our what? And I was like, oh, I'm a rookie. I haven't got mine yet. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, right? And then I met like this beautiful girl and Alicia, and then she came to, we had said all this. Her friend was told that we were in the NBA, like, and my buddy that played for Tulane, he told Alicia, the girl I was with, that we played in the NBA. So finally, when me and Alicia were alone, I was like, look, I don't play in the NBA. I fucking work for Verizon. I'm like, hilarious. I'm like, that's his thing. I don't play in the NBA. And then we still talked. And then she came down to Seattle. And at the time, me and that dude, Jason, we had a 1-bedroom apartment on Capitol Hill that we would rotate who got the bed or who got the couch. You're 21, and this is when I was playing poker to support myself. And,
yes, indeed.
And I remember she came down with her friend, and they, after the bullshit of like, oh, we play in the NBA. I mean, I told her I didn't, but I'm sure she was really disappointed at how far I was not playing in the NBA. Yeah, no.
She thought she hit the jackpot. Here you are working for Verizon. She can't get nothing but a good deal on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And actually, I wasn't even working at Verizon. This is when I was playing poker. We would play poker till
Hilarious.
2 a.m. and then we'd play hearts till like 6 a.m. for $1 a point. Hearts is like white spades.
Oh, is that what that is? What up,
Yeah.
Steve?
Stefan Boudet. All right. I think that's enough. And now I have to edit this fucking podcast. Or I could just leave it.
Oh, you could just leave it, man. That's
Yeah.
again, it's time. That's water under the bridge, man.
Yeah,
Life
this
has
is
moved on.
literally 30 years ago, 30 some
Yeah,
years
ain't
ago.
nothing to hide now. So you might as well go on, leave it out here in these streets.
Yeah, all I know, he's been telling people he's like, I was the priest. I don't know. All right, let's do our plugs and we'll get the fuck out of here.
And
Moody's
Steven, you have been at the on the back end, so hopefully we'll see you next week, Stefan Moody.
Yeah,
But yeah, so this week, tomorrow I'm at Wise Guys with Lewis Belt, not black, Lewis Belt, but he is a black man. Lewis Belt. Then I have what do I have coming up? Kimmel's next week, Dallas Comedy Club, some Don't Tells, Notoriety Comedy Club. So it's a lot going on. Parttimefamous.com.
yes, and I will be tomorrow over at Carlos's while my car's getting something done. But the first weekend of June,
tomorrow.
Yeah, June 6th, 7th. Yeah, you know, it's cool. June 6th, 7th, I'll be in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The week after that, June 9th through 15th, I'll be at the Comedy Cellar. June 18th through the 22nd, I'll be in Laughlin at the LA Comedy Club. And then June 27th, 28th, I'll be in Colorado Springs. Go to bigirishj.com for tickets. And until next week, we're going to keep trying to put the love back in your right.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Until then, go get fucked.
Wow.